What up, Mark? Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator. How's it going? So I don't need to explain all this to you, but don't forget this is not an exact science. Sometimes you gotta stretch out of the box a little bit, and you may not always. If something doesn't make sense now, you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later. And we're going to see what your buddy has to say. He's playing some drums right now. So I don't, even if he wasn't in a band, maybe he always wanted to play drums. Let's see what he's got something to say about it. He's all he's all intent on playing the drums, and then he kind of looks up at me like this, and he smiles. Did he play the air drums? You know when I talk about air drums with your fingers, you do the music, like he's playing the drums. So if he didn't physically play real drums, then he's playing the air drums. He's not saying, but he's all intent on it. He's like getting into it with his heart and soul, like he's feeling it. Like the world just isn't there for him right now. Kind of lost in his own rhythm. Okay, he says, "Hey, Grandpa." I believe he's talking to somebody on his side where he's at. Because it's vaguely see a man standing. A man? Wait a minute. He's he's way back, and a lot of them will show up, but they'll stay in the back because this isn't their time to come forward. That looks like a woman. Now he said, "Hey, Grandpa." I don't think he was saying hey to Grandpa here. This is okay. Well, he was talking to somebody back behind him. Evidently, I thought this was a man. Anyway, it's a woman. She's way off. She has She's showing herself sideways. She's walking with a cane, but not like an elderly lady. Even though she is older, she's very, they never waste a message. There's a reason he's showing this lady. She's like walking down the street in the snow, and she's like not really using the cane, so she's not, really needing it, but she has it. But she's walking very upright, very straight, very picturesque, very, I don't want to describe this lady. She's got a hat, some kind of fancy little like dressy hat, and it kind of matches her long coat, which looks like some kind of cloth. Oh, I don't even know what kind of cloth to call this. They're making a big point of it for some reason, so there's a reason for it. Hang on. But anyway, it's a long coat. It goes down closer to her ankles. It's cloth. It looks like something that would have been worn at least in the 50s, maybe. It's snowing. She's slim. She's older, but she's not an elderly lady like that would be like in a nursing home or anything like that. Not struggling, not bent over, tall. For some reason, they want you to know this lady is there with him. So I don't know if this is like his grandma. He's not saying, but I feel more like she's related to you. So it could even be a great grandma to you. So I don't know why he said, "Hey, Grandpa." Hmm. All right. Speak up. He says you need to pay attention to your thoughts. You need There's things that you're hearing in your head that you think are crazy thoughts, that you think are just out of your character. Um, it's that are different than the path you're on, that are, I don't want to say this, they're different. The thoughts that you're getting in your head are different, and you kind of feel like, where the hell is this coming from? That's him and your guides kind of nudging you, putting thoughts in your head. Excuse me. They're trying to give you different ideas. They're trying to give you they're trying to scoot you on a little bit different path. Trying to get you to come out of your shell, to do something different. So, okay. So pay attention to those thoughts that are different than thoughts you would normally have, as long as they're not scary thoughts. Yeah. He says they're trying to nudge you. So he says write them down. He says start writing them down. It's not the everyday thoughts like, oh, geez, I need to go wash the car, or I need to go wash the dishes, or it's not those kind of thoughts. It's something that he's trying to nudge you, trying to push you out of your comfort zone. How's that? Maybe something like that. Trying to get you to kind of look at something a little different than straight down the path you've been on. He said your path is not bad. That's not the point. But they're kind of wanting you to widen it, widen your path. It's not that you're in the wrong spot necessarily. He says you're learning lessons. Smoke a little smoke. Dance a little dance. So he says you probably already have, maybe you didn't know it, but you will get a whiff of smoke. That's going to be him letting you know he's around. He's saying, hey, or maybe at the exact time that you have one of those thoughts that's really kind of cool, that kind of different, you'll probably smell the smoke at the same time. And that's him nudging you, letting you know, hey, that's coming from us. It's a different kind of smoke. It's not cigarette smoke. So it will grab your attention once you realize it. Well, now this lady's back, but she's still way back there, and her cane, like I said, she's not used. It's more like a long stick that she's just kind of walking with, not using it for any kind of leaning on, or because she doesn't need it. But she's tapping it, and she's showing a rubber tip on the end of it. So imagine what a cane would sound like with the rubber tip on it, tapping on a hardwood floor or hard floor or something solid. You're going to get that sound. That's her. I'm not sure who she is, but she's still staying in the back. That's going to be her getting your attention. Now, Joe says there is greener grass on the other side. He's talking about you being here. There is greener grass on the other side. So there's something he's even helping pushing. Something you're afraid to step over the line or something. He's going to be a great guide for you. To call on him when you get this different stuff. Call on him. Ask him to show you, or like when you get one of those ideas, ask him to show you, or ask him to bring the person to you that you need to do this, or There you go. You said something about, what did he mean when he says keep an open mind? This is it. This is it. You need to have an open mind about this to accept it. You have free will choice. You don't have to do any of it if you don't want to. They cannot make you. They cannot force you. They can bring things to you. You can go, yeah, no, I don't want it. And it could be the best stuff in the world, but you can still say, yeah, no, I don't want it. I'll stay right here. That's your free will choice. Now she's tapping her cane very, very loud. So you will hear that. Even though I'm not absolutely sure who she is, I don't know if she's just a guide or she's actually your grandma. Or maybe I feel more like great grandma. I don't know how old you are because I don't look at anybody's Facebook page ahead of time. Snow. He's mentioning snow. Are you mentioning snow? It's snowing here right now where I'm at in Kansas. He's not elaborating on that. It's totally up to him. All right, he's showing me a dog. Can I change? First it looked like a big dog. Kind of has hair like a wire-haired terrier, maybe more like a shorter-haired Yorkie. This dog is looking at me. He's got a hair on his face. He's kind of colored like a Yorkie. If you know the darker and the lighter, the brown and the black. This dog is looking at me. It's got hair. It's got hair sticking out. It's got a fuzzy face. And he's looking at me with great love. So this is either a dog that you had or somebody very close to you had. And he's letting you or whoever know that he has this dog with him. Happy little dog. Got a long tail though. Yorkies usually have a little cut off tail. Mine does. But he's happy, happy, happy. And like I said, I don't have a clue what part of the country, or if you live in this country. I don't have a clue where you live. But he's mentioning your car sliding on like the snow or ice or something. Not a bad slide, but it just that it slid a little. But he says, you're okay. We were watching out for you. And he says, we. I don't know if he's talking about just him and this lady, whoever she is back there. He says, you are divinely guided. You need to listen. You need to listen more. He says you have a great multitude around you. And this is the way they usually show them. They show them like silhouettes because it doesn't matter exactly who each and every one of them is. But there's like a lot of silhouettes back behind this grandmother figure. Like a lot of them. Plus a couple of angels up above them. He says you are divinely protected. He said this shit is cool, man. This shit's really cool. Never would have thought. Did not enter my realm of thought when I was here. And he means down here. Now he mentions meeting somebody that was in NASCAR there. He mentions running into somebody. The first person I thought of was Dale Earnhardt. He says, man, there's celebrities up here too. And he's kind of like awestruck with it. He says they're just like real people. He goes, they are real people. He said it's like they're all on the same level. They're not any better than the rest of us. People get the wrong impression of them. So whoever he's meeting, he's kind of excited about it. He says you kind of feel like you're beating your head against the wall. And I think he's talking about like your work career, work area of your life that you just feel like you just either you want to or you are just beating your head against this wall. He said instead of beating your head on the wall, step to the side a little bit. There's a door right there. Go through it. If you know how to do any kind of visualization, can't talk with my new teeth. Just okay, right in front of me is a wall, but there's the doorway to my kitchen right there. So if I just step to the side a little bit and imagine, well, it's real here, or even do it real, do it like that, stand there at the wall and just step to the side and walk through that doorway and tell them to show you what's on the other side. They will. And then just watch for the next things that pop up. Next things that pop up right in front of you. It could be on Facebook, it could be on TV, something to do with those thoughts they're trying to give you. He says you'll be happy you did. And let's see if we can get him to validate something. I don't know if he's going to. I always ask him to give me at least a couple of validations so you know for sure that it's him. I don't spend my whole reading just validating and patting myself on the back going, look what I can get. Okay, now he's showing himself on snow skis. And he's going down a really steep hill. He says, I can do anything I want now. So even if he didn't ski in real life, he says, take that chance. Take that chance. Or maybe you just went skiing. So he says that's going to be another sign. So he's still showing himself going, but he's holding like I don't know what you call the poles that you use when you go snow skiing. He's holding one of those up, making it very clear. He's also making his skis really clear. So I asked them to give unique signs, not everybody knows the coins and the feathers and the cardinals and butterflies. But I asked them to bring unique signs just from them to you. So whenever you see skis or even the poles, could be on TV, could be on the internet, could be on Facebook, it could be flipping open a magazine and there's a picture of somebody skiing or skis. You could be walking through Walmart and all of a sudden your head kind of turns. You don't know why you feel like you need to look that way, and there'll be something to do with skiing. When you get these signs from him, validate him, tell him you love him, thank him, and ask him to bring you more. And he's kind of going like this. He's all excited because he's going to get it. He'll get it. He'll get it. He says you were a cool dude. Cool dude. Somebody I could trust and rely on if I needed to. And it's all okay, and I'm sorry. They don't usually give me all the details because it's none of my business. They'll give me enough that you should be able to understand what he's talking about. He says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I did. Not your fault. I'm very aware of that now. He says, I know this is kind of foo-foo, but I love you. I love you, man. I appreciate the things you've done since I left. I don't know if you've done something for the family or helped one of his friends or something, but whatever you did right after he left, he appreciates it. He's thanking you for it. There's a song, and I think I just listened to it. I couldn't, God dang it, what's the name of that song? I could not have lived this life without you. I'm hearing the song, even though I don't tell you all the time. Even though, even though, I don't know that he means this like in a romantic way, but hang on, let me see if I can get Alexa to bring it up because there's always something to the song. A lot of them talking through music. He says, I love music. Hang on just a second. Okay, it's called In Case You Didn't Know by Brett Young. So I'm not sure about the words from him to you with this song, but I kept hearing it. So go Google the words to In Case You Didn't Know by Brett Young. I played it for a second and I just got goosebumps all over. So not sure how that fits. I don't know what your relationship was. He says it'll be okay. And I'm glad you were part of my life. He's thanking you for that. He's grateful for it. And now he's holding up a tambourine and he's shaking it. So the sound of a tambourine shaking, that will be a little unique. So whenever you hear that, and sometimes you don't hear it with these ears, we actually have ears up here. It's telepathic. So if you hear that tambourine shaking, you see one on Facebook, whatever it is, you hear it in a song, because you don't hear that in too many songs, not a tambourine. That's going to be another sign from him. He said, he's trying to do this to you. He's trying, so this is my right side, and that's where he's doing it at right here, like with his knuckles. It probably, and I say probably, will not feel as hard as I'm doing it to myself. I better quit. I'm going to get another headache. But you'll feel something kind of bumping you there. It may just feel like I always use balloon as an example. It may just feel like a balloon bouncing there or something. Depends on how you feel the energy, and it depends on how hard he can do it. He's talking about cats, C-A-T-S. Cats, they're everywhere. All colors, all sizes. Don't know. He says, go have fun. Life is a big party. It can be. Shake your booty. I like him. Do your own thing. And he's yelling this. Stop worrying about other people's judgment. He's being very loud and very insistent on that. They can go fuck themselves. In case you didn't know, which is the name of that song, but he said that in case you didn't know. He said the word hieroglyphics. That doesn't sound like something that would come from him. And of course, the first image I get is the caveman type Egyptian pictures, back in the day where they made a story out of pictures on a cave wall. Not sure if that picture, if that's just the way I interpreted it or exactly what that would mean. Maybe you'll understand. They do not waste a message. There's something in every single thing they say. Rainbows. Rainbows and lollipops. No clue? Just keep all these things in mind. Like I said, I told a girl one time something about a blue flatbed truck, and the very next day one pulled out in front of her, and she even got a picture of it and sent it to me because they had told her something about this vehicle. And I never know how the things are going to pop up for you. They know best. It's their show. He says you're higher than you think. You need to lift your chin up. Stop looking down. And my head itches. When they get really close, my head itches like I have head lice. That's just the way their energy affects me. Once again, he says life is a big party if you allow it to be. Take care of mom. I don't know if he means your mom or his mom. Take care of mom more. The ones that love you unconditionally. I wish you could see what I see now, but you will someday. Just don't get in a hurry. He says you got a long ways to go down here. He wants me to tell you, I promise you 1,000%, he can hear you talk to him. He can hear you. He can see you. He's giving you one of these again. Call on him. He will send you something to validate that he heard you. Maybe the smell or the signs or something related to whatever you talk to him about may pop up in front of you in a picture or a word, or just, he says, keep an open mind. This is real. And he's shown himself like standing right beside you on your, okay, show me which side. Okay, he's shown on your right side. He's standing on your right side, so that could feel like warm. It could feel like goosebumps just on one side, or it could feel like a bubble pushing on you. But he also has his arm behind you, but not like on your shoulder, not like a hug type thing, but more like his arm is behind you and he's going like this. So this is on your left shoulder, will be on your left shoulder. You'll feel something kind of tapping you. It could even feel like sometimes it's like a pin sticking me. Depends on their energy, depends on your energy. And if they do the thing like the pin sticking me, I go, that kind of hurts. Back off a little bit, and they will. Sometimes they don't know how their energy does it or how strong they are. Some of them will be. He feels very quiet, very mellow, very even though he's showing me again the drums and it's like headbanging music. Yeah, it's more like headbanging music while he's playing the drums, like hard rock. Okay, I'm gonna say it. He says rock out with your cock out. He's so cute. All right. He said he's gonna leave you with these thoughts. He even says practice it, practice it. So you might even want to write down, like I said before, write down those thoughts, those ones that come into your head. It's like, where did that come from? Even though he's playing the drums and headbanging, he's very mild. He's very mellow. He's very peaceful. He's awesome. Oh, he just told me he loved me, and he loves his peeps back home here, down here. All right, he's leaving. I don't know if he really gave us enough to validate for sure, so you know that that was him. As he's walking away, I thought I heard him say cornflower. Maybe it's coneflower, or maybe something sea flower word. It sounded like cornflower. You there's a reason, or at least that's one of those things you may have to stretch outside the box a little bit. I kind of stink at the name of anything or anybody. I don't know why. He's saying you're going to get that smell, so pay attention to it and validate him when you get it. He's going to look. They seriously love it when you know that that's them and they're sending you a message that they're that close. Okay. Much love to you. Thank you for allowing me to be his voice. Go Chiefs! Super Bowl coming. Yes. So, yeah. Sorry, Chiefs are an hour away from me. They're my hometown where I grew up. Much love to you, Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator. Thank you very much.